Hello and thank you for clicking on my channel. Welcome to RMP. Today I want to share my review of The Luckiest Girl Alive 2022. This is a Netflix movie directed by Mike Barker. When I searched his name, I didn't see any huge movies. He is a British director. The actors of this movie, maybe the only actor that you know is Mila Kunis. The story of this movie is about Ani, played by Mila Kunis. She is a successful and brilliant writer. She is a few months away from getting married, but she has a dark past. If I want to share my review of this movie, I should say that this is not one movie. This is two movies. A movie that happens in the present time, a movie that happens in the past time. I'm gonna say what happens in each story, and at the end you tell me which one is more interesting. We follow this successful protagonist who is definitely not where she should be. She lies to her fiancé and she has a dark past. She is always on edge. She acts shifty. She is not tough, she is shifty. It looks like she is hiding something, but that's the bad part. She's not hiding something because her fiancé knows everything. She acts really shifty. She acts that she is a high-class girl, but it looks like she is trying to hide something. At the end, she speaks up her truth, but her fiancé does not get along with it. They break up. That's the present story. What is the past story which we see in the flashbacks? We see a poor teenage girl who is so talented and she is a great writer. She gets accepted in the financial aid program of a successful school. She enters, everyone's there is super rich. She wants to hang out with cool kids, so three boys get her drunk and they abuse her and they rape her, but she can't speak up. A few days later, two boys who were underdogs of that school and this teenage girl, Ani, in that time we know her as TiffAni, who were her friends, they come into the school with guns and starts shooting the bullies. And everyone think that Ani or TiffAni is also a complicit. The past story is way more interesting. And that was a red flag for me. When you see that the flashbacks of the movie are way better than what happens in the real life in the present time, that is a red flag for me. Whenever the movie was talking about the flashbacks and I was watching the flashbacks, the movie was in another level for me. It had a compelling story, engaging story, great actings. It's really tragic, and it is a story that people should speak up. But in the present time, that element was deleted. Grown up Ani is way less interesting than teenage Ani. Grown up Ani is just so mad she can't handle and face her problems and her past. But the teenage Ani is just a teenage girl who is afraid to speak up. That story would have been way more interesting. The moment the movie started to have narration, Mila Kunis started narrating the movie, I was sure that this was taken from a book because the dialogues, the narration had a great vocabulary, so I was like, okay, this is from a book. But this type of narration, when you have a flashback and the present time, this works the best in the books, not in the movies. The movie lost its structure. We were supposed to love the present time and add the flashbacks, but the movie could not do it because the flashbacks were way more interesting. That's why I'm giving this movie a poor point, not because it was bad, but because it wasn't what it's supposed to be. It could have been much better, but it didn't do anything. Even the character development in those simple flashbacks is better in the future, in the present time, especially for Ani's mom, who with a few lines completely introduced her characters to us. But in the future, especially, I have a huge problem with Ani's fiancé, who just comes out of nowhere. We don't know who he is. We just know that he is extremely rich, and that's it. And he is spoiled as well. He is a white privileged man. That's the whole character development. Ani has a friend in the future that we saw the protagonist narrating a few lines about her in the beginning of the movie. And to be honest, for a long time I thought that this friend of hers is just in her head. That would have been so cool, but no, she's real. Because she didn't have almost any lines with other people. We were supposed to accept that by just hearing a few words from the protagonist. And yeah, that's it. That's my review of this movie. I know it's not a complete review, but the movie felt confusing and lost as well. And tell me, what did you think about The Luckiest Girl Alive? Did you get the chance to watch it? Comment your thoughts and reviews down below and let me know. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.